By the initials here, TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormone, acts on the anterior pituitary to release TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, and PRL is prolactin. Growth hormone releasing hormone releases growth hormone, and growth hormone then acts on every cell in the body. In fact, if you look at these, the ones in yellow, TSH, ACTH, FSH, and LH, dopamine, and MSH. Those are referred to as melanotropic or tropic hormones. A tropic hormone is a hormone that acts on another tissue or gland to stimulate the release of their hormones. And each of those does that. CRH is corticotropin releasing hormone. MRH is melanocyte releasing hormone. GnRH is gonadotropin releasing hormone because these two hormones, FSH and LH, act on the gonads. PRH is prolactin releasing hormone. PIH is prolactin inhibitory hormone. And they at first thought it was a peptide, but they realized after synthesizing it that it in fact was a monoamine. It was dopamine, which is derived from tyrosine. Somatostatin, if something is static or creates stasis, it is inhibitory, so somatostatin inhibits the release of growth hormone. And then MIF is melanocyte inhibitory factor, which inhibits the release of MSH. Do I expect you to know all those? Not in great detail, no, but you should be able to recognize the titles. I think on the if you look at the essay questions, I have a picture of the endocrine system, and I will pick out several glands on there, and you'll have to identify the gland and then identify at least one hormone that is released from each. So, and you'll save yourself a lot of trouble when you get to physiology if you know all those. All right, this picture just shows how the anterior pituitary affects all these different organs or tissues. You can see the thyroid gland is acted on by TSH. The mammary gland is acted on by prolactin from the anterior pituitary. The adrenal cortex is acted on by ACTH. The adipose tissue and muscle and bone are all acted on by growth hormone. The gonads, testes and ovaries, are acted on by FSH and LH, and then melanocytes are acted on by MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. Now, as I mentioned, the circulation from the hypothalamus to the anterior pituitary is a portal circulation. Hypophysial portal circulation. One capillary bed is up here. Those hormones are synthesized there. They then come down by bloodstream into the anterior pituitary and then mediate the release of the anterior pituitary hormones. Posterior pituitary again stores antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin.
So the pituitary produces nothing, it's just a storage?
The posterior pituitary produces nothing. It is just a storage organ. The anterior pituitary produces all those other hormones that we saw before. So all of these substances are produced by the anterior pituitary and released from the anterior pituitary. All right. The neurohypophyseal hormones then, or the posterior pituitary hormones, are antidiuretic hormone, ADH. What is a diuretic?
Makes you go to the bathroom.
Makes you urinate, doesn't it? So antidiuretic, it is going to inhibit the formation of urine. Antidiuretic hormone acts on collecting ducts of the kidneys to open up water pores, or they're called aquapores, and it increases the reabsorption of water from the urine. So if you reabsorb more water, what color is your urine going to be? Dark yellow, isn't it? And if you increase the water excretion, it's going to be clearer. Note that it consists of 9 amino acids, so it's a relatively short peptide. Oxytocin is another hormone produced by the hypothalamus. It is stored in the posterior pituitary. It consists of 9 amino acids. It differs from ADH by 1 amino acid. And so both of them have vasoconstrictor effects, but oxytocin acts predominantly on the pregnant uterus and on the pregnant breast, and ADH acts on the kidneys. Both have been implicated in grooming and cuddling behavior. So when you become amorous with your significant other, maybe your ADH levels or your oxytocin levels are up. In women, oxytocin goes up during arousal, and in men, ADH goes up. I don't know the significance of